This is not over for Ixhl. This is not over for Ixhl. However, in the short term, there will be blood. What's up, trading friends? Welcome back to another Unbiased non-biased price prediction video. Today, we're going to be discussing Ixhl and where do I see this ticker heading from here on. Now, listen, man, they came out and they announced a $100 million addition to their at-the-market offering. I mean, this is, I always say it, and I think that it makes the most sense to talk about it when it comes to Ixhl. This is the type of greed they wrote about in the Bible, okay? This is the type of greed they wrote about in the Bible. This is the type of carelessness that we try to avoid at all costs when it comes to trading these penny stocks, right? In fact, I would say that we didn't see it coming, but listen to what I said in my last video. Because last time the stock was at these levels, what did the company do? The company didn't, look, this is what the company did. They announced dilution, the stock dropped from 94 cents down to 26 cents. And let me tell you something, it doesn't matter if the company comes out and announces that they cured cancer. If the supply of the stock gets messed with, the stock will crash. Well, guess what happened right here? The supply was in fact messed with. Spoiler alert, right? And it was messed with massively. So we're going to go over the dilution news. We're going to go over what it means. We're going to go over why, it's bad, but it's not bad as some people think. And then we're going to address some rumors about, are they short? Are they pressing it down? Did they come out with the news so the shorts could cover? What's going on, right? Are they like, what's really happening, right? Because I heard some people say, right, that they did this so the shorts could cover their position. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about. All right. So first things first, let's talk about the. Let me move this real quick over here. So let's talk about the news. So the news is that the companies come out and they are selling. They are adding. Okay, they are adding $100 million up to an additional $100 million to their at-the-market offering program. Now, how does an at-the-market offering program work? Well, this pretty much means that whenever the company pleases to do so, they can go ahead and they can mess with the supply, okay? And they will be selling shares at the market price, okay? That's really what it means. Now, what this does, okay? What this does is that this caps off how strongly the stock can move up, because at any given moment when the stock is having a volatile projectile, okay, to the upside, what do? They go ahead, they turn on the machine, they're like, yep, add shares, yep, add shares. So you guys can kiss, this $3 dream, $2.50 dream that you guys had goodbye, okay? You really can, because they just added $100 million worth of shares. My friends, the company has $150 million market cap. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be playing defense against your offense. The company themselves is playing defense against your offense. That's what they're doing, right? Now, I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be, right? Because I called it. I mean, they did the exact same shit over here, right? And look at this, right? I mean, when you look at this chart, right? When you look at this chart, you will see a similar pattern as over here, right? We had this massive dump. Then we had, some massive green candles. Yay! Oh my goodness! It went down to 25 cents. Then it went down. Then it went up to 47 cents, and then it came out all the way back down to 20 cents again. So what you guys need to understand, right, is that this ticker for me at the levels that it's sitting at right now. And listen, this is not gonna be bullish at all. In the long term, I do think that it can recover up to $1.70-ish again, $1.50-ish again. I do see that happening in the long term. But in the short term, it's going to go below $1. Okay? It's going to go below $1 again. It just is. Okay? It just is. And it sucks. It sucks that that's how things are. Unless literally tomorrow morning we get news that FDA approval. If tomorrow morning we get FDA approval, then things are going to look a lot better. Then things are going to look a lot more, freaking bullish for the ticker, right? But in the meantime, even then, if they announce that, guess what they're gonna do, right? They're gonna announce that, and then they're gonna, in the back end, they're gonna be adding shares, okay? And this is what I always tell you guys. I say the stock is on the company, and the company's on the stock. And technically speaking, this ticker does look weak right now, right? I mean, look, it came down all the way down to 50 cents. On the news, it came down up to 50 cents. Now, how much of this selling was them going ahead and adding those, 100 million shares in the market? That's the real question, right? And how much of this was just, just the stock, people reading the news and selling, right? That's That's another question as well. However, one thing we're sure of, they're not done selling shares. They're not done selling shares, okay? That's the one thing we're sure of. And the ticker coming up here and crawling, technically speaking, coming up here and testing this $1.16 bottom, okay? And not having the ability to break above it. See, it came to $1.17. It couldn't break this level. This is bearish. This is bearish, okay? This is bearish. It rejecting this level is bearish. Now, if it can get above this level, I could see it coming up again and testing, you know, $1.32, $1.50-ish, $1.40-ish. I could see it coming up and testing $1.40-ish. I could see that happening, right? However, until we hear the news regarding their FDA approval or whatever, or until the stock is back down to near 75 cents, I'm staying away. I'm staying away until the stock is at 75 cents. Now, to some of you guys, that might sound insanely bearish, but to me, it's reasonable. The stock, on the news, the stock came down to freaking 50 cents. All right, now it's recouped some losses. Yes, it's true, right? However, they're gonna turn on the machine again. They're gonna turn that machine on, man. And when they turn that machine on, you're gonna see. Be prepared. Be prepared. This is gonna be a telltale sign. Okay, be prepared to see some shit like this. And I'm telling you this from experience. Okay, look at LiDAR. Be prepared to see some bullshit like this, right? Where the stock is just and the big red candles like this. Big red candles like this are not organic. Okay, they're not organic, right? What you're seeing over here is internal selling of shares, right? That's what happened to LiDAR. That's exactly what happened to LiDAR. LiDAR had a massive overhead supply, okay, and it got destroyed, okay? So when it comes to our buddy IXHL, personally, guys, I'm staying away. All right, I'm staying away, and that's my hypothesis. Okay, remember, I have been wrong before. I could be wrong again. All right, I'm not always right, and I think to think that you're always right is stupid and it's silly. And you know, one of my philosophies, my main philosophy when it comes to trading is not losing money, or not making money is not losing money, but not losing money is just as good as making money. So for me, this play now, with the announcement that they just made, has become way too risky. And I'll tell you guys why, from another perspective as to why I don't like it. They just came out and they gave you guys the middle finger. That's just what they did, okay? That's just, because let me tell you something. This shit was about to run to 2. This shit was about to run to 3. It was going to get there. It was going to get there. It was. It really was. It really was. I'm telling you right now, the momentum it had, it was going to get to $2 to $3. But you know what? They did the same bullshit as they did over here. Same thing, exact same thing. And this is what you need to understand, right? What does this mean? First of all, there's no cap to dilution. Okay, that means that if it somehow magically gets to fucking $4, they're gonna come out and they're gonna dilute again. They're gonna rug pull it again. That's what they're gonna do again. So for me, I need to close my window. It's raining like crazy. But for me, guys, it's a no-go. Okay, it's a no-go. Now, with that said, listen, if you guys want to trade with us every single day, do check out the Discord, okay? We've been making an absolute killing. I need to close this window 1 second. All right, there we go. That was crazy. We've been killing it, man. We have day trade alerts, swing alerts, option alerts, okay? Today our day trade alerts, you know, IXHL, of course we traded IXHL previously, but LiDAR, okay, we played LiDAR from 2.7 to 3.6. This was a really good alert. Listen, if you can read this, join the Discord, okay? We offer a 7-day free trial and a 30 days money back guarantee. And right now as well, the next 10 members that join, they get access to it for a 50% discount. I did add a couple more spots, but they sold out again. So there's about 8 spots left, I think, 7 or 8 spots left. Give it a shot. Joey, literally new member. Thank you, Sam. $550 on LiDAR. Sean and Sam, thank you. Sean's a beast in options. Started approximately 6 weeks ago with 400, added 150. So he started 6 weeks ago with 400. His portfolio right now is at almost $1,200. Played LiDAR with Sam today. Smooth, 26K. Good stuff overall, right? I mean, just try out the 7-day free trial. You know, guys, that's all I'm saying. I've been here for a month. I didn't play options ever before. I learned here options from Sam's course. Also, Sean, and my course is free for the members. Give it a shot, guys. Give it a shot, okay? That's all I gotta tell you guys. Again, remember, I would never recommend you guys do something that I wouldn't do myself. But a free trial, I would try out a free trial, okay? I would try out a free trial. I'll see what's happening. I'll see what the hype is about at least, right? We got 400 members in here. You know, give it a shot. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know down below. Let me know down below how many shares of IXHL you're holding, okay? You don't need to say the price. Maybe you can tell me the price, okay? I know people who have a good average. They always love to talk about what great average they have, right? But yeah, that's all, my friends. I appreciate you guys. And you know what, man? Let me show you guys something, okay? There's gonna be people that are gonna say, oh, Sam, you don't know anything about IXHL, bro. You just found out about IXHL. Let me show you guys something. IXHL. This 40-cent penny stock can potentially 2x from the levels that it's sitting right now, my friends. That's right, you heard that right. Over 100% gains could be projected for this given ticker if what we say in today's video becomes a reality. With that said, what is this ticker going to be? This is going to be none other than IXHL. That's right. All right, so there's that. And regarding my win rate, go on the website. On the website, you can see my win rate. You can see how much money I've made and everything like that. It's there. All right. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Happy Wednesday trading. And stay safe out here, man. Stay safe out here with these companies just rug pulling you left and right. And I think the SEC's really got to do something about this. I think it's getting out of hand. I think the fact that we still are arguing over the pattern day trading rule while the companies are here just destroying investors, I think this is insanity. I think it's the worst. Anyways, don't give up, don't quit, because 90% of traders are unprofitable. 90% of traders just quit before they become profitable. I believe in you, believe in yourself. Thank you for watching. Your boy Sam from Top Cap.